Good evening, folks. Rob here, and you've heard the old saying, "You get what you pay for," right? I'm going to kind of dispel that myth tonight. Um, there are some games that I've purchased 40, 50, $60 that are not my favorites. $50 or $60. When you spend that much money on a game, you should really, really, really want to play it a lot. And this one right here is just a basic PDF, $5, and I purchased. It says 1961, and it's a 1990 set. $2. What's up, Keith? So I got this whole game for $7, and I got the copy made for $3, $10, $10 for the whole game. Now, is it a game that I'm going to play nonstop for 6 months? No. But is it a game that if the power goes off, I've got a score sheet. Obviously, this is my recommendation, folks. My pure recommendation on it is this: you only get the email for hours. Okay. Don't buy it until you're ready to print it. Do not buy it until you're ready to print it, because the email goes away. I don't know how in the world it does it, but you only have access to that bad boy for 36 hours. 36 hours. So I printed 3 of these. I printed 3 of everything except the plan sheet. And I got myself about 30 of those. Okay. You got to have a bunch of those. You need a bunch of those. You need the driver sheets, which is 2 of those. But I only play with 31 drivers because that's all it fits in there. 31's enough. You got all that many drivers just from one season. They made one start. They're there. They're listed. And you need the chart. One and only chart. That's the only chart you got. That's it. That's it. Now, this right here has some numbers you have to look at once in a while in case somebody falls out of a race, but that's it. Other than that, you do just like red, white, and blue racing. You do 8 turns. You do 8 turns, and then you have a finish up. That's what they call it. So, the ones that finish real well in the points have a better finish up. So you better get a lead on them if you possibly do it. But for $10, it's worth it. It's worth it. I don't like it where the email goes away. I don't like that. But know in advance that it's going away. Get you multiple copies made. Set them around your house, wherever you got copies of them. I am hearing Roberto Chiavini is officially dropping out of the gaming business. Now, I don't know if it's so or not. And the games this weekend is it. Now, I heard something from Paul Govier about that. Said they're supposed to be on sale. I haven't seen where they're on sale this week. I haven't seen the sale price, but I heard from him. He said if you want to get them, you better get them this weekend. He has an older game called Checkered Flag. I have not checked that out at all. I can't tell you anything about it. Nothing about it. I just know the price is not too bad. His prices on everything's pretty good, pretty reasonable. He does everything according to statistics. Okay, stats for rolling the dice, stats for people falling out of races, stats for wrecks, all that stuff. He uses straight statistics from back whatever season you want. So if you have a favorite driver that may have had a good season that year, may not have won a title, but had a good season, you may want to get him and get it and see if maybe you can have that that driver win the championship. I'm finding that the top 2 or 3 are very tough to beat. Very tough to beat. Couple of them, Bill Elliott, a couple times has fallen out of races. Darrell Waltrip fell out of a race. But the 2 guys in 1990 that really challenged each other for the championship in NASCAR, Dale Earnhardt and Mark Martin, they've won everything so far. And I've already raced 5 races, and they've won everything. Those 2 have won it all. They finished first and second every race, but close. It's been close a couple times, but the winner always won pretty handily. But second place a couple of times has been a little sketchy, edgy, or whatever you want to call it. Now, I am not too proud to tell you that I don't go by all these ratings right here. Okay, I went back to NASCAR's how they ran at each track. Okay, and for instance, Darlington, is that one I'm running now? Bristol's next, I think. Darrell Waltrip has won there like 12 times. Okay, you got to take into account where Darrell Waltrip was in 1990, though. Darrell Waltrip was a F driver. I'm not making him an A driver. I don't think I made him an A driver, even with 12 wins, because by that time, by 1990, he was not a contender to win a championship, but he's always been really good at Bristol. So I've got him as probably the best driver at Bristol. And I ranked each one of them individually. But the main thing I did, I looked at, let's see, let me look and see if I did rate him an A. I don't think I did, though. But it's a lot of fun to do. And I've been, like I say, I've been rating every driver. Now, if they race well there and didn't win, I'm not as inclined to push up their ratings. See, what did I give Darrell Waltrip? Yeah, I did push him to an A with 12 wins. Dale Earnhardt on here is a D driver. He's got 9 wins. I bumped him up to an A driver. Rusty Wallace on here is an H driver, but with 9 wins, I moved him all the way up to a C driver. So those 3 probably going to be dominating the day. Between them, they have 30 NASCAR wins at Bristol, so that should really be a good race before it's over with. North Wilkesboro, Darrell Waltrip had 9 wins there up to 1990. Now, I didn't go past 1990 because that's the season that we're racing. So, any of the guys that really got warmed up in the 90s, Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, no. This was a 1990 season right here. So I went back in the archives up until that point. Actually, I went through 1990 and ranked them because that's the way it worked. What's up, Huss? If 100 is the score NASCAR had at its strongest, what would the score be now? Popularity wise, or just strictly with me? Popularity wise, Popularity. 30s. 30s right now. No more than that. 20s, 30s, something like that. Strongest. I think NASCAR was probably at its strongest in probably 85, 86. Bill Elliott versus Dale Earnhardt versus Darrell Waltrip versus Cale Yarborough. What happened? Commercializing, tinkering with the sport, money grabbing, all that. Commercializing it is the biggest deal. You know, we're gonna throw a caution if somebody sneezes the wrong way. Not a fan of Jimmie Johnson. I don't have a problem with Jimmie Johnson. Why would you think that? I don't have a problem. I've never met the guy. I just don't watch it now. The sport's not the same. It's not. It's a show now. It used to be a sport. I thought you had a problem with modern drive. I don't have a problem with modern drivers. I have a problem with the modern product that they're throwing out there. It's a joke. It's a joke. You're racing. I mean, you're supposed to be racing a 400-mile race, 300-mile race, 500-mile race, and you're going to split it up. Why? Why? I don't have a problem if you put it into segments. Just don't throw a caution. Green flag pit stops is some of the best things ever to watch. Now they want to go with one lug next season. Idiotic. How many cars, Camrys, Chevys, Fords, Dodges, whatever, how many have one lug? No. They look more than ever like spaceships and less like cars. Go back and look at them in 1980s. They're almost exactly the same. Exactly. You know, people that weren't around in the 80s don't know about it. Did not always have the best finishes, but you had to survive it. I don't think I've ever watched a NASCAR event from start to finish. Oh, my God. Dude, I went from 82 to 97. I think I missed two. 96 or 97, something like that. I missed two. It was already getting commercialized while Earnhardt was still living. They were messing racing up then. They haven't done. All they've done is went downhill. They've done nothing to pick it up, and thus the ratings stink. The midweek races, which should be getting bomb scores, are tanking. You've got wrestling beating the hell out of it. AEW wrestling is beating the shit out of NASCAR when they're showing it. What's the average viewership for NASCAR on Fox? Probably a couple million. That's it. 1-2 million. The last Daytona 500 was 9 million. Are you okay with the current rules and restrictions? No. I would redo a lot. I would redo a lot of things. NHL gets an average of 380 on an NBC which is crazy. Yeah. But then again, Huss, 380,000 people only watching two teams. It's localized. NHL, let's say it's Toronto and New York. People in Chicago don't give a shit. People in LA don't care. People in Texas don't care. That's a localized sport. NASCAR has went nationwide. So if they're racing in Texas, you should want to watch it. If they're in Kansas, you should want to watch it. If they're on a road course, you should want to watch it. But it's not that way. There's a lot of reasons. Number one, they've changed the rules, monkeyed with the rules until it's a show now. Number two, they used to have arguments, sometimes even fights. Now they're told to shut up and come to the trailer. That's the end of it. That's why now they're fining them. That's why you don't see that stuff. I have never watched a NASCAR race from beginning to end either. I have a couple of Indy 500 open wheel races. I have, Indy 500 races, yeah. Indy 500 is more fun to watch than the damn Daytona 500. Right now it is. I'd much rather watch Indy 500. And, okay, before we go any farther, Formula One, I don't want to watch you. You don't even have to fuel up during the race. You don't even have to fuel up in the race. I hate Formula One now. Formula One used to be good. Now it's really went down. EPL gets 460,000 average in the morning. That's probably due to not other sports going on at that time. Yes. Right. Premier League is done by 2 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday. They're done. I remember watching Gordon Johncock hold off Mears one year. Mears was hell at Indianapolis. Some of the races are not too bad to watch because of history. Yeah. Geez. You know, the thing of it is, and they're talking about going back to Rockingham next year. A step in the right direction. But Joey Logano went down there just recently, and he told the owner of the racetrack, do not repave it. Do not repave it. Keep it rough. Make it where we have to drive around the track, not where we can just fly around the track. Keep it rough, and we have to, conserve tires. That used to be part of the racing too. I don't know the ratings of MLB, but that's probably over 1 million or just under 1 million average viewership. They're not getting 1 million right now. No, they're not getting 1 million per watch right now. I don't think. I don't think they're getting that. I feel as though baseball is pretty localized. Yeah, it is. There's not a whole lot of people who would watch other baseball teams apart from their own. Yeah, that's why. Obviously the Yankees and Nats opening night drew a big crowd. But Nats and Mets, Nats and Braves, Nats and Marlins, people on the West Coast could give two shits about that. Dodgers and Angels, people on the East Coast, if you're not a Dodger fan, you don't care. When does the EPL start? They generally start in October. I think they're bumping back a couple of months, a month or two. I never forgot how far back, but they're bumping back. EPL restarts. Oh, do they restart September 12th? Wow, I didn't know that. I thought they got an extra month off. I didn't know. Are they done? Oh, they're not done yet, are they? They may be done already. It's a lot of money, though. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. You think baseball players make a lot? Look at the salaries EPL's making. EPL's got some. Oh, they're finished. Okay. Who won EPL? Liverpool. Liverpool won. Convincing fashion. They had it wrapped up. Oh, it normally starts in August. Thank you, Glenn. Okay. I thought they were going till October, but they're not even going to get. Yeah, they still got another month off. But like you say, Champions League goes on during the season, so sometimes they have to cancel a game here and there, make it up on a Tuesday or Wednesday, which they don't mind that too much. Rob, do you think hockey can ever be a regional sport like it is in Canada? Oh, well, I think it's a regional sport now. I definitely think it's a regional sport. I think people in Philadelphia, 100 miles out, love the Flyers or really hate the Flyers. Pittsburgh, 100 miles out, really likes Pittsburgh or really hates Pittsburgh. Now, Pittsburgh is a team that they've won a lot. Chicago's won a lot. Boston's been pretty successful. They're teams that they kind of get a regional push in North Carolina, Nashville, wherever. There are people around here that really likes Boston, really like Chicago, really like uh, the teams that have won, recently. I don't think there's as many Canadian followers. Oh, I figured you would say. Oh, well, EPL is different. EPL is totally different. Everything pretty much centers around Manchester United. Manchester United, that city. People either really go to them or really do not go to them. If you don't like Manchester United, there's a lot of people who like City. There's a lot of people like Liverpool, and there's some other people that like some other teams, Chelsea. But Man United probably has the most fans in the United States, I would say. I like EPL because of owners. Liverpool, owned by John Henry. Yankees are minority owner of Man City. Khan owns Fulham. Yeah. Like Seattle. In America, unless it's football and basketball, it's hard to get a whole lot of attention in the mainstream media. I'm telling you though, let me say this, and I really believe it. I think soccer in the last 5 years, with the addition of NBC Sports Network and NBC, has really bumped up its coverage a lot. I realize it's early in the morning out west, and they probably don't watch it. East Coast United States has really, really gotten better. Didn't the Man United owners also own the 49ers? I don't know. No, it was the Buccaneers. Okay. The Kraken, I know people don't like it. I do. Michael Peterson likes the Kraken. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. Anyone but United. I got you. I got you, Michael. And I'm the same way. I don't like Man United either. I do not like Man United. Soccer pumped up viewership due to EPL and more. Oh, no doubt about it. EPL on Saturdays and Sundays has given a push to the MLS. No doubt about that. And then you either really like your original team, like I follow Philadelphia Union, and they're actually in the semifinals now. They're one of the final 4 teams out there. They're looking pretty good right now. They really are. They won last night 3-1 and had a great first half. Second half, they kind of come and folded a couple times defensively, but that kid, Aronson, that kid is special. He is going to be special. I hope he stays. John Henry, probably the next owner right now, won Red Sox multiple titles and Liverpool a championship after 30 years. Yeah. I watch on BBC. The coverage is good. Also Bundesliga. Yeah. Bundesliga. We have Bundesliga too, but we have it on FS1 and ESPN. NHL ratings up probably due to Saturday afternoon games. NHL ratings right now, people are dying to see something different. NASCAR's been on. NASCAR's done its flop. Golf has been on. We're seeing DeChambeau whining about damn ants on his shoes. People is tired of seeing him. I'm gonna tell you right now, you've either got people that's a big pendulum. That's almost a Tiger Woods type pendulum. People are really, really liking DeChambeau, or people are really hating DeChambeau. He is very outspoken, great for the sport, great for the sport of golf, but we're going to see how hard people come down on him when he starts whining and there's 25,000 people around. He's a big whiner. He is. What did Woody Johnson, the Jets owner, say? I do not know. I have not heard that. But he will have to account for himself. There's a couple of whiners they've had out in the last few years that generally calm it down a little bit when they're around people, because they realize cameras are around, recorders are around, people writing everything down, taking into account what you're saying. You better keep your mouth shut or either say it and deal with it. I see he has taken some heat for remarks he made. Oh, I do not know about that. I have not heard about that. Woody Johnson has been pretty outspoken in the past. And now, with their coach on, his feet's on the stove. Gase, I think it's Adam Gase. Yeah, his feet are real close to the wood stove right now too. He has got to win. He's got to win. He's got to find a way to get the kid to come out and play this year. Darnold. And if they don't, Gase is probably really – I think he could be gone. Gase could be gone. He's a big whiner. Woody Johnson. Who are we talking about, Michael? Woody Johnson, or are we talking about DeChambeau? I like hockey, but in Ohio, it's very meh. Cincinnati has the teams people care about, not Columbus Blue Jackets. Well, Columbus actually has more people than Cincinnati, believe it or not. Columbus is more known to be a college town. Cincinnati, the Reds, now FC Cincinnati. People got to stand up and look at those guys. They're a new team, but they're playing well. They played well. I think they're done now, but they showed well in the tournament. They did well for a rookie team. Yeah, Cincinnati. The Reds though have got to do. The Reds. The Bengals. The Bengals are past due. The Bengals are past due. They've got to come through with Burrow this year. But the Reds are on the clock. They've got people picking them left and right to win that division. They have got to make the playoffs. If they don't, I think some heads roll. I really do. And maybe some of the players. Maybe some of the players go too. They've got some lightning bolts in the clubhouse. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's not good. Lost 3 games. Lost their game in OT penalty kicks. Yep, they're done. Burrow gets all the Ohio chicks. He allegedly argued that black fathers don't remain with their families, calling that the real challenge. Well, you got to think before you open your mouth. And Woody Johnson a lot of times doesn't think a lot. That's not giving a lot of thought to what's going on. And what he's going to do is dissuade the black players from even wanting to come play for him. And that's not what you want to do. There are forums to do things, but that's not it. Just going out and just talking to the press, just lighting up somebody. That's not the way to do it. If you noticed earlier today, there was a kid that actually stood up for the national anthem and would not wear a Black Lives Matter shirt. Anybody know his name? If NHL got ESPN rights, the sport would be way more popular. They had them for years. That the thing is, though, let me tell you something right now. ESPN is becoming more of a entertainment network and less sports network. NBA player today. It was an NBA player. ESPN has done got that way. The NBA player that stood during the national anthem.
Jonathan Isaac. Here's a summary from NBA.com. Jonathan Isaac of the Orlando Magic stood for the national anthem before his team's game against the Brooklyn Nets.
So he stood up and would not wear a Black Lives Matter jersey. And guess what color he is? Jonathan Isaac. Give you guys one guess. And he's not a white guy. Let's say it that way. The only player right there. You see that young man right there? Now, I will say this much. I don't know nothing about Jonathan Isaac. As a player, I know nothing about him. He's a young man, obviously in his 20s, unless he's a teenager still. Let me tell you right now, to do that right there, never heard of him either. But to stand there like that, it takes a set. He's got a set. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? To stand up and know the people around you are going to cut into you the first chance they get to. My man and like I say, I hadn't even checked Twitter out. I haven't even looked at Twitter. But that takes a set right there to do something like that. You know what I'm saying? And he has enough conviction to do that. Okay? That takes a lot of conviction to stand up right there when everybody else, officials, coaches, and he's the only one standing up. Agree or disagree with him, okay? That's fine. His name is Jonathan Isaac. Hey, you know what? For being an individualist, now everybody's followed the leader. Let's do what this one does. Let's do what this one does. Let's do it because we're supposed to do it. The kid shows a lot right there to me. I hope if he has a Twitter following, if you guys are on Twitter, I'm no longer on Twitter. I used to be. But if you're on Twitter and you see this kid's name, follow him and support him, because whether you agree with what he did or not, he's not out here starting a fire. He's not out here starting a fight. He stood up for the flag. Okay? And you don't have to agree with him and you don't have to disagree with him. All I'm saying is this. For a kid in their 20s, when you've got coaches 3 times their age standing right there on their knee beside him, and he's standing up. That takes some damn guts. That takes some courage. And if I had a chance to meet the young man myself, if it wasn't for COVID, I would pat him on the shoulder and say, young man, I am proud of you. That's me. That's me. But not doing something just because everybody else is doing it. That's a leader, folks. I hope Orlando knows what they've got. I hope he's a good player too. I really do. But can you imagine if a kid? I hope he doesn't apologize. Oh yeah, well Brees is a joke. I lost all respect for Drew Brees when he went out and apologized for comments that 95% of people think. I apologize. What? All right, you lose my respect right there. You'd have been better off to keep your mouth shut. But Drew Brees lost my respect by coming out apologizing. Hell no. No. And if you really want to get to the heart of the matter of things, go watch Charles Barkley's last YouTube push. Watch him. Ice Cube, you need to use your platform better. He jumps them. He gets on their asses. That's a man that thinks of people first. Not white people, not black people, not Chinese people, not Asian people. He thinks of people first. That is one man I would be proud to stand with and drink a beer with wherever. Because the man has conviction. Now I hadn't seen Bayo anymore either. Bayo was trying to work out a deal with ABC still. We're going to see if that happens. But Charles Barkley, folks, if you haven't followed him lately, he gets to the point. He don't bullshit around. He goes to the point, says what he thinks, and gets it over with. And he says, I'm disappointed in you, and you. I mean, he names names. He doesn't care. He does not care. And that's part of that's just Chuck. That's just Chuck for you. Chuck has had conviction all his life about the way he feels about things. It just happens I agree with him on a lot of points. Not on all, but on a lot of points I agree with him. And the ones I don't agree with him on, I respect him just because he speaks his mind and says, okay, guess what? That's the way I feel. And he does not take a backward step to anybody. I don't care who it is. Big props up to Charles Barkley, really. I mean, Charles Barkley, he is a stand-up kind of guy. We need more of them in sports. We really do. Hockey, when does hockey start, guys? Does that start tomorrow? I believe it's tomorrow. What's up, Captain Carl? Captain Carl. We're just talking about some guys that are stand-up guys, and does Sir Charles have the best golf swing you have ever seen? Sir Charles' golf swing has improved 75% or 100% over the last time we've seen him. Did you see him play this year? No longer stops. He no longer stops. He doesn't have a great golf swing, no. But he no longer stops in his swing. He goes through with it. He got some help. He got some help. Yeah. Yep. He was at Reno this year, and he still can't hit the ball straight, but he hits the ball. There's also a player in the NFL who stands for the national anthem. He states that is because of his Christian beliefs. Yes. Oh, is it a player for the Carolina Panthers? Oh, I think it's a Steeler too. I think it's a lineman. Yeah. Pittsburgh Steeler that stands for the national anthem. Stephon Tuitt, defensive lineman. 4 days ago, Steelers defensive lineman Stephon Tuitt took to Twitter on Monday of this week, to announce he'll be standing for the national anthem. Also, I'm not kneeling for the flag, and screw anybody who has a problem with that. How about that? How about that? I stand for the flag because I am a proud American. You know? How about that? It was Alejandro Villanueva. It was that was a guy I think he did a couple of years ago because of somebody being in services or something. Alejandro Villanueva, but now this Stephon Tuitt guy, I don't know who he is, defensive lineman, took to Twitter and says 4 days ago, I'm not kneeling either. So I don't know if it's going to be two of them now. I don't know. This guy's a black man. Stephon Tuitt, he's a big guy too. I will not kneel for the national anthem. And screw anybody who has a problem with that. How about that? How about that? You see, now I don't know about you guys. If you got a player like that on your team, number one, he's a lightning rod because he has belief in what he says. Number two, I wouldn't think he's probably somebody you got to worry about doing crazy stuff. I shut off the Lakers game last night when everybody knelt. Yeah, that's a shame, isn't it? That's a shame. But so Alejandro Villanueva stood by himself in the tunnel. Let's go Golden State. And now he into it. I hope team. Let's but Villanueva stood because he was a former Army Ranger. And then he went and started playing for the Steelers. How about that? Let's hope the media doesn't portray these guys as traitors. Let's hope they don't. Let's hope not. They don't deserve that shit. They're already under enough pressure as it is if they've got 55 other guys right there, or 45 other guys or 44 other guys. But yeah, they probably will. They're gonna have their name will be at the top of the list every Saturday or Sunday when they play, or Monday. And but Pittsburgh's coach, I'll say this much about Pittsburgh's coach. He's one to kind of deflect things. He's pretty good. That's all ESPN is now. It's a political network. And I'm with you, Captain Carl, 100%. When do you ever see two guys discussing something back and forth? Number one, when they're not arguing. And number two, when it's not some woman sitting in between them. And don't get me wrong, you ladies that are watching this channel, I'm not denigrating or degrading women in any shape, form, or fashion. But this is what the women are doing. And then all of a sudden they get something in their ear. Yeah, but. And then by the time she's ready to say something, somebody else is saying something. Oh, I don't read into the media anyway. Honestly, yeah. I will not watch the news. I will not watch the damn news. Fox News, any of it. I don't watch the news. I do not. CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox. I try not to turn it on unless I know something on TV I want to watch. That's the only way. Right. That's exactly right, Huss. ESPN does not help women in the least. It makes them look like figureheads. Don't do that. It's stupid. I only watch One American News, not Crap News Network, cram of bullshit news. The news is 90% bad. Yeah. But ESPN doesn't even realize what they're doing. They're all some guys are doing is sitting there watching a girl. And they turn the volume down. They turn the volume down, just sit there watch a girl. That's all they're doing. If you want to watch somebody that actually will ask questions, interview, how about Katie Nolan? Have you ever heard of Katie Nolan? She's not bad to look at either. But she doesn't have anybody holding her damn hand doing that. You know? She doesn't have anybody holding her hand when she's interviewing somebody. Yep, during the riots, when Kiana was on, that's what I would do. You turn the volume down. Might watch Allie LaForce. But that's what I'm saying. You know, I just, you know, her show, I don't even know if she still has her show or not, but I enjoyed it. And she was always pretty good. I enjoyed it. Is that picture still with her? Katie Nolan. Katie Nolan's boyfriend. Dan Soder. Dan Soder and her are dating. Billions actor. Oh, with Allie. Oh, Allie LaForce's boyfriend. Oh, yeah. We know his name, don't we? Joe Smith. Joe Schmo. Good old Joe Schmo there. And we know how long Joe Schmo will be with we know how long Joe Schmo lasts. Yep. Joe Schmo Smith. Good old Joe Smith. Well-known Joe Smith. Shit. Joe Smith's going to be yesterday's trash. Give him 6 months. Give us 6 months. Beginning of the year. Joe Smith will be with some other little chickie. But Allie LaForce will be out there with somebody. Yeah. We'll call him Joe Schmo then, but right now he's Joe Smith. He's the real deal right now. Real deal. That's a good name for him. The real deal, Joe Smith. The real deal, Joe Smith. He needs to stuff her with some Motor City pizza to keep her from running off. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Tomorrow's weigh-in day, guys. 248.9 is what I weighed. 248.9 is what I weighed at the beginning of the month. I weighed myself at 20th. I weighed 246. So let's hope maybe it's went down below that. We'll see. But I was just watching LAFC. They knelt, but not for the anthem. Good. Man, oh man, the coach last night for Sporting Kansas City, boy, he was mad. They had to keep muffling. you can hear them talking on the sidelines, and then when they cut a bad word in, then they muffle it. They go, wah, 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 and then they start back up. I mean, it sounded like Charlie Brown's teacher. Wah, 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 wah. But teacher, can I go to the restroom now? Wah, 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 wah. That's the way it sounded. If you go back and watch some of it last night, it was funny. LAFC lost on penalties. Why do the coaches wear masks but not the players? Oh, okay. Very, very, very cool. Yeah. Joe Louis. Yeah, Joe Louis. I got you. I'm going to try it later on tonight. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And I just told Sporticus, I said, look, why don't we try to get everybody that's got the game to try that fight? Try a 15-rounder. It doesn't matter what judges. He had a split decision, went Marciano's way. I'm not going to tell you how mine went. You guys that have seen it knows how the fight went. But it was a brawl masterpiece. Keith, somebody gave it a 10.3. I gave it a 9.8. Yeah, I got you, bud. How would you like to watch a football broadcast covered by Coach Orgeron? I think I would turn that one down. With History Maker Baseball, I played out the Dr. Fauci game, and I rolled 2 military Hall of Fame games. I put Fauci in as a starting pitcher. It's better than putting 50 Cent in. 50 Cent. Oh, my gosh. Oh, me. That's so funny. Orgeron. Go Tigers. I can't even do that. If I try to do his voice for 5 minutes, my throat will hurt all night. I can't believe my wife left me. I've been good to her all my life. I've been good to my wife all year, all her life. Then she takes off on me. I don't know. Can you imagine? Can you imagine being his child and growing up listening to that every day? Oh my God. It would prepare you to fight for a living. Like you would, if somebody said, "Hey, I'm gonna come whoop your ass," you wouldn't even think twice about it because you've been hearing it all your life. Hey, I'm talking to you. Caught the cigarettes a day. It sounded like it, yeah. That's what he does. Yeah. But he didn't lose weight. You know, a lot of people who smoke cigarettes end up losing weight. You guys that were with me this morning, was it this morning? I think it was this morning. I brought it up about a wrestling situation years ago. It's been 25 years ago, probably. Disco Inferno was out there in the ring doing this kind of stuff, and then the Giant comes out there smoking a cigarette. I mean, it's a real cigarette, but it looks so small compared to he's so big. And he looks at me, he says, "Don't be a fool." He said, "Don't you know smoking will stunt your growth?" And the dude's 7'3". I was laughing my ass off when he said that. Don't you know smoking stunts your growth? Oh man, can you imagine? Huh. 3 Big Macs. Sir, what was that again? 3 Big Macs. Fries. 2 shakes. What flavor shake? Chocolate. 2 pies, 2. Sir, it's free. It's free. Go, it's free. This guy's going to kill us. Oh, me. Oh, my gosh. It's so funny. What college football coach do you rate as the best? I turn that around to everybody else. Who's the best college football coach out there right now? Be truthful. He calls to make a doctor appointment. Be truthful, guys. Best college football coach out there. Dabo Swinney. Kirby. That's only 2 votes, guys. Kirby and somebody likes Kermit the Frog. Dabo Swinney. I call Dabo Swinney Kermit the Frog. He reminds me of Kermit the Frog. I don't know why. Look at him. Look at him. I don't know. I don't know if it's his head is so little to his body. I don't know. What about you other guys? I couldn't tell you who more than a few of them are. I don't think you need to know but 2 or 3. The best one out there right now. What's up, Dave? Glad to see you doing better. Glad to see you're coming along. Best college football coach. Yeah, best college football coach. If you had a university, and you could, I agree with Captain Carl. Still recovering, good deal. Nick Saban, of course. I don't think it's a question. You should know all about college football. You're from the South. Well, I think Saban's the best coach. I mean, personally, if I couldn't get Nick Saban, if I was let's say I run a university and I was hiring a coach, if I couldn't get Nick Saban, you know who I'd go after? The guy that was at Ohio State. The guy that was Bear Bryant, but let's talk about current guys. At least somebody closer to now. I'd get the guy from up there. Yeah, I think Saban is the best, but I would get the guy from Ohio State in a heartbeat. Florida, Ohio State, he was a winner. You know, did he break the rules? I'm sure he did, but hey, I miss him and Woody Hayes. What's the guy's? I can't even think of his name. Yeah. How are you feeling, Dave? Somebody pop into his name. Ohio State's coach. You have got to Urban Meyer. Yeah, that's it. You have got to have a name brand coach. That's what's been hurting. That's what's been hurting. That's what's been hurting Notre Dame. They flip-flop on coaches, and they just aren't willing to go out there and just pay the top-notch dollar and say, okay, come in here and bring things. Now, of course, they don't have a beach. They don't have the best weather. There's a lot of things going against Notre Dame. They are getting to play in the ACC now. Okay, they are getting to play in the ACC. But being an independent's not always the best thing in the world. They make more money than anybody else. That's all they're worried about is money. But they should have long ago hired. Hasn't really had a name coach since Holtz. That's right. Holtz was the last name coach they had. University of Iowa, 2 coaches in over 40 years. Yep. Yep. Iowa's in some big water though. They're in some deep shit right now. Did you guys hear about that? Whoa. Yeah. With it, picking on what do you call that when you're picking on somebody else? I can't think of the words, but they got all that going on. Yeah. But I'm with you. Oh, Iowa. I've always liked that program. I've always. Michigan versus Notre Dame or Georgia versus Florida. What's bigger? Michigan versus Notre Dame. Hazing. Yeah, bullying. Yeah. Alvarez was good at Wisconsin. Oh, yeah. Barry Alvarez was really good. Yeah, I think more people on a national level like Michigan and Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a big name school that has hit low times lately. Florida's hit some skinny times too. And name me a bigger team out there that's an underachiever more than Georgia. Underachievers. They're always underachievers. They never go 13-0 and they never make it to the national championship game. They always trip up somewhere. Underachievers. And look, when you go 12-1, that's not it's nothing to be ashamed about. But that team is always expected to be up there in the top 5. And just when they play LSU, Alabama, and Auburn, somebody trips them up. Somebody trips them up. And they've had some of the good quarterbacks. They always get tripped up. Well, yeah, ever since Herschel. Yeah, it's only been 40 years. Yeah. But I'm just saying, since, in the last 15, 20 years, these quarterbacks they bring through are good. There's some good quarterbacks. And I actually think that quarterback at left, I think he's going to make a good NFL quarterback. We'll see. I don't even know where he landed. Anybody know the kid from Georgia? Where did he end up at, guys? Somebody check it. What was his name? That's the first thing. That would always help. University of Georgia quarterback in the NFL draft. Fromm, yeah. Jake Fromm's NFL team. Buffalo. So they're not going to rush him. Jake from State Farm. Who is the coach at Stanford now? That's a good question too. They do a of coaches too. People come to Stanford to get their name known so they can go somewhere like USC or used to be UCLA, both, but neither one of those teams they want to go to anymore. Texas, Oklahoma, all these other places. They used Stanford as a stepping stone. Who is the Stanford coach now? Current Stanford football coach. David Shaw. David Shaw. But he was Pac-12 Coach of the Year 2011, 2012, 2015, 2017. So he's been there a while. Yeah, I knew it was some kind of. Yeah. Yeah, he's been there since 2011. I didn't realize that. Damn, I didn't realize they'd only had one coach since Harbaugh. How about that? 108 games. All right. How about this now? He has coached 108 games. Can anybody tell me how many games he's won and lost? He's coached 108. got a good record. He actually has a pretty darn good record. That's why he's not fired yet. That's why he's still got a job, as they say. 108, no. Yeah, he's got 82 wins and 26 losses. Yeah, that's pretty good. No, not 91-17. 82 and what, 26? Something like it. 82 and 26, I think is what it was. Yeah. That's really good. 82 and 26. So 108. My math don't add up. I'm gonna read. You're all right, Huss. 108, no loss, 0. He would be able to pick the place he wants to coach. He could go run. He could go run Saban out of town. He could go. He could go to Alabama and say, "I would like Saban's desk. I would like everything moved out of his office, and I would like to be in there in 15 minutes." Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you went 108, no. That's some crazy stuff. But hey, I didn't realize that. I thought they had the revolving door going on in Stanford. David Shaw been there a while. Yeah. But hey, the guy at Boise State must have a good record too. Yeah, Boise State. Now I think maybe they've went through different coaches. Current coach, Boise State football, Brian Harsin. 64-16. He was a quarterback there. How about that? But bowls, he's 3-2, and that's what they want. And yeah, and all these coaches cost so much. Brian Harsin at Boise State, $1.7 million. $1.7 million coach. Notre Dame's football coach. Brian Kelly. Notre Dame's Brian Kelly's salary. $2.1 million. Nick Saban annual salary. 8.6. 8.6. Brian Kelly's is 2.1. He's making 4 times what Brian Kelly's making, which he should. He should. Ed Orgeron's salary. He's up to $6 million now. Oh, I know. Alex Ferguson had a great record. I knew that. Oh, yeah. Until the last season he was there, and then they started folding a little bit. But Kirk Ferentz. So look, Kirk Ferentz, he is Iowa. Kirk Ferentz. It's not like he's going to take. I mean, he doesn't go off and take the first job offered him. Kirk Ferentz is Iowa. 500 wins. Yeah. Kirk Ferentz's record at Iowa. 174 and 125. Okay? Nothing to write home about. He plays Penn State. He plays Ohio State. He plays Michigan. And he plays Wisconsin. But the man is a lifer. He's got 300 games. That's 30 years, almost 30 years. Oh, yeah, Utah has been better. Who's got the worst record of a coach? I don't know. Worst record by a college football coach. Worst record of a current football coach in college. Now, the team with the most losses all time is Northwestern. 489 wins, 632 losses, and 44 ties. One ahead of Indiana. Indiana's got a bad run. Iowa has a great non-league record, but barely 500 in Big Ten. Yeah. Big Ten is tough, man. Big Ten, they play them tough. But Iowa's a fun team to watch. You love to watch your tight ends. They always stand up. They've got their own way of doing things, but they're cool to watch. Yeah, they hadn't had very many undefeated Big Ten seasons. Maybe one or two with Ferentz. Not too many. Not with Ohio State and Penn State there. And I see this year Virginia Tech was supposed to host Penn State. It's like, that would have been a great game to watch. I'm a big Virginia Tech guy. I know they're not the greatest anymore. I know they're not even picked to win the league, but I still follow them. One of Iowa's tight ends is from my hometown. He plays on the Lions now. Okay. I always have good tight ends. Able to run, most time able to block pretty well too. Iowa's always been pretty good about that. They've always been pretty good about that. How much longer will Oklahoma? Where's Lane Kiffin these days? Lane Kiffin is in Florida Atlantic, I think. Florida Atlantic. Where is Lane Kiffin? Ole Miss. Oh, he went to Ole Miss. He took off from Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic. Lane Kiffin's last team. Now, that's one guy that's run and jumped from team to team to team to team to team. And now nobody wants him because his wife left him. His wife hit the brakes. So nobody wants him no more. They always used to take her as eye candy with him. But she took off on him. That's mean to say. I know that's mean to say. My cousin Pat has two kids. One went to Bama, the other to Ole Miss. I like Ole Miss. I've always had a place for Ole Miss. Yeah, I always used to love to watch Ole Miss and Mississippi State play each other. Neither one of them are always the greatest, but they always play each other tough, man. I always used to love to watch that. Love watching that. Yeah. SEC football is some of the best. I'm sorry, guys. You guys up in the Northeast, I'm not cutting down Boston College and Syracuse or Penn State, Ohio State. I'm not cutting none of those teams down. But watch SEC football. I'm telling you. And even where the android went, or what we call him, Lurch Jr., went to Tennessee. I couldn't stand Peyton Manning. Do I watch college basketball? Some. I watch more ACC basketball than anything, but they need to change the rules. They got to start making these kids stay at least 2 years or 3 years. You got to do it. Petrino's a joke too, right? Bobby Petrino's salary. $250,000 a year at Louisville. Yeah. That's $240 too much. They realize he's a flight risk. He's a flight risk. Duke UNC is the one ACC basketball game I like to watch. Oh, yeah. It's always fun to watch. I'm a Duke fan. I've always been a Duke fan. I like different players from Duke, probably people that you may not have heard of. Maybe you have. Rob, find out who's the highest earning coach in sports. I think it's Saban. Who's the highest paid coach in sports? Oh, Belichick, 12 million. How about that? How about that? Bill Belichick made more than Brady. Sad. Are they going to win the division this year, guys? I still hear people. I hear people every day. New England's still the team to beat, guys. With all these people exiting stage left on a daily basis. But New England's a team to beat, guys. New England's a team to beat. Who believes that out there? Right now, the team they've got is the team to beat. I'm not talking about division. I'm talking about the team to beat. There's people that believe that. I'm not one of those people. I will be the first to admit. I'm not one of the people that thinks New England. I'm talking about league-wide. I'm talking about league-wide. I'm not talking about in the AFC East. I'm talking about people think they're the team to beat. Yeah, there's a lot of people opting out, and it's, they lost 3 defensive guys this week, saying we're not playing. We're not playing, and they don't have to if they don't want to. They can't get in any trouble. But I'm not talking about AFC East, folks. I'm talking about the whole ball of wax. People are still picking New England to win it all, and I'm like, really? Really? Oh man, you guys see something I don't. If you're picking New England to win it all, their offense was stagnant last year, and they did nothing. They did nothing to help their cause at all. Oh! And how about our number 1 player in the NFL? Our number 1 player in the NFL. Did you guys see that? He is ranked number 1 player in the NFL. I had to do like this, like this, like this, and like this about 4 times. Number 1 player in the NFL, ranked by ESPN. Who's the number 1 player in the NFL? And you won't believe it. You won't believe who's the number 1 ranked player in the NFL. And then, do you agree with ESPN? Nope, not Mahomes, not Sam Darnold. Oh, Donald. It's not Donald either. Nope. Josh Allen. Nope. Dig a little deeper, guys. But he's our number 1 player in the NFL. And then after we reveal this person, I want you guys to tell me whether you agree that guy is the number 1 player. Not Khalil Mack. Nope. Not OBJ. It's a quarterback. It's a quarterback. Will it be the next person picked? Breeze. No, not Breeze. No. Number 1 player in the NFL. Brady? Not Brady. No. But he's ranked number 1 player in the NFL. Lamar Jackson. Now, guys, I'm gonna give you 10. Lamar Jackson. Yep. 15 seconds here, and I'm just gonna tell you. You go to the playoffs and you lose your first game, a home game, against a team that does not even have a quarterback that had been playing the whole season. Who agrees Lamar Jackson is the number one player in the NFL? And if you're a Ravens fan, and you don't think Lamar Jackson is, how many quarterbacks in the NFL currently would you take over Lamar Jackson? If you're a Baltimore fan, maybe in a year or two, but not yet. Derek says not. What do you guys think? Lamar Jackson. Think about it. Look how long it took everybody just to figure out who the number one player in the league was. Is he actually that good? You're going to start a team right now. You're going to take him first overall. Really? Really? I think it's laughable. Yeah, I'm with you guys. I don't even. Two people said. One person said Breeze. One person said Brady. He's not even the best position player. He's not the best quarterback out there. I'm sorry. He played on a team where he got to run the football and threw when he had to, had a good defense. But when it came to playoff time, he was not ready. And he hit a buzzsaw. I'm sorry. I just don't think Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson is not as good as he played out last year. That's just me. Some people have career seasons. I think that was a career season for him. To expect it from him every year, no. Hell, he didn't do that great in college. I mean, he played well, but he didn't carry teams. No, it's hard for me to buy. I'm not even sure they're going to win their division this year. I'm not sure they will. But the position he plays and the way he plays it, he's one hit away from. Yes, that's right. And the way they play, they are susceptible to getting hit. He's a running quarterback like Mike Vick, but yeah, he's not a Michael Vick. He's not as good a runner as Michael Vick was. But he could throw the ball and run better, I think, than Michael Vick. He didn't have an arm that Michael Vick has, but Lamar Jackson, oh yeah. But to think that he's going to come out and play like that every year, I just don't see it, guys. I really don't. And he's so long and lanky. How long is he going to go before he gets clobbered? Really hit. I mean, he's built more like a Randall Cunningham, but I don't think he's not as smooth and swift as Randall Cunningham was. And remember when Randall Cunningham got clobbered a few times. Different division, of course, but still. Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Cleveland all have pretty decent defenses, and you're facing them 6 times a year. I don't know. I just think to count on running the football when you in the pros, you better hit the deck as quick as you can. In a big game, I'd rather have Mahomes, Breeze, Rodgers, Wilson, Brady. I'll go on a few more further. I'm with you all the way on that. Brady, not many more I'd rather have, but I'd rather have Brady too. People are lighting fireworks outside my house. Oh my gosh. And all four of those are proven winners, along with Brady. Big Ben. Big Ben's got to come back though. He's injury prone, tough son of a bitch, but he's got to come back and show that he can stand up, throw the football. And you notice nobody mentions the crowned prince of Philadelphia, Carson Wentz. Is any quarterback more overrated than Carson Wentz? I'm serious, guys. Carson Wentz. Do you think Mahomes can reach Drew Brees' prime level? 70,000 yards? No. 70,000 yards ain't happening. No. I don't think so. He has some bad weather in Kansas City. Kansas City has some rough winters. And yeah, Carson Wentz is a top 10 highest paid NFL player. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah. And he was from right there where I lived in Pennsylvania. I'm talking about Matt Ryan. Well liked, a real well liked guy, but he has faded away. You're right. Matt Ryan has faded away. And he tries hard. But people started discounting him as soon as they lost a 26-point lead. Nobody's taking them serious since then. They've been the laughingstock in the NFL. Sadly, but hey, deservedly. You cannot afford to lose 26-point lead with 20 minutes to go, or 22 minutes left to go in the game. You can't do that. What NFL teams do people most support in Virginia, Rob? Falcons, Dolphins? Do we keep it Southern? No. There's a lot of Washington football team, a lot of Dallas Cowboys fans. They're everywhere. A lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans, believe it or not. A few. There are a few Panthers fans. There's a few people around here support the Panthers. That's the closest team other than Washington. I'm a Washington fan. You guys know that. But I've always like really I like watching Pittsburgh play. Pittsburgh's a tough, hard-nosed team to play. Nashville's 7 hours away. Not that many Nashville fans here. Tennessee Titans, not really. Atlanta, hello, Mrs. Rob, says H. Huss.
Hello, sir.
So the Panthers are actually closer to us than the Falcons. So it's Washington, and then you got Baltimore too. The Ravens are right there with them. Surely there's loads of Patriots fans. Oh, the Patriots fans everywhere. Thank you, ma'am.
Good night, love.
Good night. Be in bed a little bit.
All.
Good night. I like the Patriots. I have always look, and I'll admit this. I was not a big-time Tom Brady fan in 2001 and 2 and 3. But to sit there and watch him surgically take teams apart, throw here, dink it here, donk it here, dink it here, donk it there. You can tell me what you want to. And you can give me all this about, well, Bill Belichick ran the show. Bill Belichick didn't have that football in his hand for all 6 of those Super Bowl titles. I don't discount Bill Belichick being a great coach, but Tom Brady has that sense in his head. He's got that. Their new uniforms are bad though. Which team is that? In Ohio, it's Bengals, Patriots, Cowboys, Redskins. Oh, okay. Whose new uniforms are bad? Redskins. I haven't even seen them. I may catch where I live. There are more Cowboys and Raiders fans than Rams or Chargers fans. Man, when we went to Vegas last September, that was the talk of the town. Was the Raiders? I'm telling you. I'm telling you, best move they could have made. Chargers. So, yeah. Well, they lost their great quarterback. You guys know how I feel about Philip. I'm not a Philip fan, folks. I'm really not. Mr. Mediocre is what I've always called him. I'm just not a Philip Rivers fan, guys. I'm just not. He played at NC State, and I didn't mind that. But boy, oh boy, his attitude, I just do not like him. I just don't. I don't know what it is about him. I just do not like Philip Rivers. You know, when the Chargers play a home game at the soccer stadium, there's more away fans than the Chargers fans. And a lot of people are expecting that when the Raiders play in Vegas. You know, when the Raiders play the Cowboys, every Cowboy fan from wherever in the country, if you can get a ticket to go fly to Vegas, all right, let's start, same with the new stadium. And it's going to be that way with the Raiders too. People can say what they want to, and they can say, well, Raiders are getting a lot of respect. Yeah, they are. But people, when you're talking about going on vacation, taking off and getting out of town, Vegas probably is on the top 3 of everybody's list. Well, let's go to the beach. Let's go to the mountains. Let's go to Vegas. All right. Well, fact is, when we go to Vegas, who's going to be playing? Well, there's going to be the Raiders and the Dolphins. Oh man, we love the Dolphins. Or let's wait till the next weekend when they got the Patriots come to town. Or that kind of thing. I'm telling you, there are going to be people traveling to Vegas to stay a weekend to watch a football game, hit a few slot machines, and come home. It's going to be the new deal now, the new weekend deal. And obviously, if Vegas, what does Vegas want to do? They want to put the Raiders on Monday nights as many times as possible. Do you know why they want to put Vegas on Monday nights? They want these people stay an extra day. 1 and 15 is going to be jammed. I-15 is going to be jammed when the Raiders play, especially Chiefs and Chargers. Yeah. But I'm telling you, if the league plays it smart, they'll put the Raiders on at least 3-4 times Monday nights. Why not? Vegas will be crammed for the weekend, all this gambling, and Monday night, let's go to the football game. That's right. It's always a gambling city first. Could Honolulu support a pro team? No. A few reasons why. Think about it this way. Let's say they're NFL. They couldn't support an NFL football team. Number one reason, they couldn't support that many people coming in at one time. 45,000 purely football fans. Think about that. Think about how many aircrafts that's going to be right there. 45,000 people. What's the most football-centric city in America? Philadelphia. Oh, my gosh. That's a tough one, man. Oh, a lot of people in Chicago love their football. They've not been good for a long time, but a lot of people in Chicago love their football. Buffalo. Don't discount Buffalo. Buffalo was big. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia. Man, oh, man. I hate to discount. I've never been to Denver, but I've heard Denver fans are nuts. Nuts. Kansas City fans, Green Bay. Green Bay just doesn't have a city that would be quote unquote a football centric city. University of Hawaii travels a ton. So would a Honolulu team. Yeah, but when you think about it this way though. University of Hawaii, when they have home football team games, very few people travel over to watch them play. Let's say Hawaii came up with, I don't know, the Hawaii 50s or something, the 50th state team or whatever. 40,000 people, man, is a lot, especially on an aircraft that holds, 220? Think about how many airplanes would have to land and take off in Honolulu, not just Hawaii, in Honolulu. When the Eagles won their division, the entire city went berserk. Never mind the Super. Oh, yeah. I was up there for that. Same way with the Phillies when they won. I just think Hawaii would have a tough time having a pro sports team just due to the fact of sheer numbers. There's no way to get your cars there. You got to count on aircraft. 25, 30,000 people a night and a Major League Baseball game, virtually impossible. That would be tough. NFL, 45,000. I can't see it, man. I can't see it. I think it would be very, very tough. Yeah, it's three time zones away from LA. So LA to New York is the same as LA to Honolulu. Think about it that way. Yeah. Think about that, though. Every flight from LA to Hawaii is the same length as LA to New York. Think about that. That's a long damn ways over water. I would never rest, man. And a flight from here to Vegas is 4.5 hours. So, let's say they're playing New England. That's 6 time zones. 6 hours difference. It would be tough. It would be so tough. Alaska too. Alaska more for its weather. Make them swim. But there are some cities that deserve being recognized. San Antonio, they've got a basketball team. And they could definitely have something going on down there. Let's see. Well, St. Louis. I don't understand why St. Louis has folded their tent twice. There must be a lot of folks that just don't like St. Louis football. They're mostly baseball fans, I guess, in St. Louis. Yeah, they support their baseball big time. Yep. I don't know where else you would throw a football team right now. St. Louis has big hockey fans, but they have more baseball, dude. Their baseball team is number one. Ask Atma Bryan. Derek Dodgers Royals fans, he'll tell you. St. Louis, man, they are baseball freaks, baseball crazy. And then in football, you got Jacksonville, you got Tampa, and you got Miami. You got enough in Florida. I would say St. Louis has Bears fans, Chiefs fans, maybe some Bengals fans. Cardinals over the Blues? I think so. That's my opinion, Huss. St. Louis, when I think of St. Louis, I think of baseball. Yes. I think so. Those people are hardcore baseball fans. The hockey fans they got a good following too. They're strong at both. They're not weak at any of them. They really aren't. But St. Louis, same way with Washington. Washington has the Nationals now. A lot of folks follow the Nats, but a lot of them follow the Capitals too. You think the Cardinals fans are also Blues fans? Oh, a lot of them are. Yes. Oh, yeah. You almost have to be, dude. St. Louis is a city, but they need sports-centric fans, not just baseball fans, hockey fans, whatever. They need them to be both. Yeah. I think probably in Toronto, it's weird. The Raptors fans aren't into the Maple Leafs. Well, that's totally different. That's totally different. We're talking about Toronto is right there at Montreal. They are the hub places for hockey. Yeah, Toronto is just an afterthought as far as basketball. I noticed that when I went to Toronto. Yeah, that's a hockey city. Okay, that's a hockey city. Yeah, Oklahoma had a USFL team. Yeah, see, same thing with Boston. There are a lot of Bruins fans. There are a lot of Celtics fans. There are a lot of Red Sox fans, and there are a lot of Patriots fans. That's not just a hockey city. Yeah. Toronto and Ottawa and Montreal, all up in that area. The whole area up there. I know Montreal's in Quebec. Yeah, but I'm just saying, once you cross the line up in Montreal, Toronto, Ottawa, they're mostly hockey. Yeah, because Toronto and Montreal are big brother, little brother fighting. And sadly, Montreal is the big brother because look how many times they've won it. Oh, I thought you meant Toronto was in. No. I'm just talking about regionally. They are hockey. They are hockey, no doubt about it. Like how the teams in Pittsburgh all have black and gold colors. Yeah, and it makes sense. It makes sense for the Washington teams. Although the Nationals really don't have a red, white, and blue, like they should show the flags off and stuff more than they do. I think their uniforms are a little boring. Sometimes they get the gold numbers. A lot of people like that for the Nats. But the Capitals, red, white, and blue, they've always been that way. That's the way it is. And then the Flyers, orange, look like Halloween treats. And then the Eagles have got that Kelly green or whatever. I always kind of wonder about that, But hey, Boston, look at the Bruins, that black, and then New England's got kind of the red, white, and blue thing going on. The Revolution, red, white, and blue thing going on. Then the Celtics are totally green. So, I'm going to call it a night. See everyone. All right, Huss, have a great evening. Have a good evening. Yep. You guys out there, I was going to actually bring it up earlier. Best game under $20. Best game under $20. So you couldn't even, with a $20 bill, you get change back. Board game, preferably sports board game. What's the best one that you guys have played ever in the last 5 years, in the last 6 months, whatever? Under $20. Under $20 total. For additions, for whatever you had to get for it, the total cost was under $20. But you were like, man, it's pretty damn good. This is pretty cool. And preferably not a computer game. Strat Selector set. All right. Is that baseball? That's one. Strat Selector set. Is that baseball? Because I was thinking about that today with this, and like I said, I spent $7 on it, and then I spent about $2 or $3 to get it printed. It's a pretty darn good game. Any sport, the 4-team set. Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. But yeah, I would put this in there. Daring Racers, and it's a good game. Daring Racers NASCAR Sprint Grand National Yearbook. And I got the 1990 set. Gave a little less than $10 for it. And if I want another one, all I got to do is contact it for a season. I get different numbers and all. That's all. Different drivers. $2. $2 printed out for $1. $3. So not very difficult, and it's stat related. So, it kind of follows suit as to who raced well here, there. I don't have the F1 set. I know Tenacious Earl has the F1 set, and he is he's definitely he showed it off to me. That was to me. I didn't know anything about the game until I saw him playing it, and yeah, we're gonna get some more rain. Looks like maybe. Yeah, it looks like we may get a little bit more rain tonight. A lot of rain coming from the Tennessee Valley, Kentucky, and West Virginia. Looks like we may get a little bit. So, and we actually been getting a little bit today. I mowed my grass. I'm about to head out. Hat was the latest on. Oh, what was the latest on D-Lons? I have not heard a thing, guys. I've emailed his sister. Oh, let's see. Nope. This is somebody else. All right. JB Gorman, Brian Gorman got in touch with me. I have not heard anything. And that's not good. That's not good at all. I know she was planning on seeing his lawyer today. Yeah. The nurse firing was not the way it should have went. They should have got her behind closed doors, did what they had to do, and said bye. But for them to witness it, and I think she said they saw it. I think she said that they didn't try to hide it. That's not professional at all. Not at all. If indeed, 1, 2, 3 things happen the way exactly they say, and we don't have no reason not to think it. They probably got a case. And she may have been told now, hey, that's something else. You and I may be seeing some rain sometime next week from the hurricane that's down south. Yeah, I know it. I kind of hope we do see some of that rain. I hope it stays out on the shore, off on the coast. But some of those rains, always those drenching type rains, where we may get 2 or 3 inches of rain. Sometimes some of the best rains you can get from those hurricanes. Let's just hope it stays offshore a little bit. But let that bad boy take a couple of swings around here. Let's get some rain from it. Yeah, I'd like to see that. And let's see, Captain Carl, you're in. You're north of me, right? Yeah. Are you in Rhode Island? Is he gonna get? Let's see. Where are you at? Where you at? Not New York. Rhode Island. I thought you were in Rhode Island. Is it gonna go that far up the shore without? A lot of times, like this is Florida. It'll come up and hit the side of Florida and then swing back out. A lot of times, you don't really see it going straight up the coast. I hadn't really looked at it close. Like I say, I haven't been watching the weather. I really don't watch the weather that much. But This is I don't like it that we have not heard anything. I don't think that's good because he was not in the best of ways yesterday when he went to bed and all. After he came back up and had 6 screws and 2 plates in his arm, he's probably not in the best of damn moods now. Right now, they say that it is going to hug the coast and then head towards this way. Okay. What's up, Danny and Grays? We're going to see a little bit of that storm, they saying. Yeah. I don't, that's got me befuddled because I've emailed her 3 times today. One time early today, I thought, well, maybe she's out of the office with the lawyer. That was 8 a.m. this morning. I know she's not seen a lawyer for 15 hours. So, that's a joke, a bad joke. But still, we just don't know. And a lot of times when you don't know what's going on, then that makes your mind wander. Be like, okay, what if? And, that's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. But let's just keep good thoughts in our mind about it. I will try to be on probably sometime in the morning. I may sleep in a little bit tomorrow, and I know the wife wants to. She got big kudos at work today and a pat on the back, and they actually heard y'all may lose your baseball. Are you talking about Major League Baseball? It's still up in the air. A lot of stuff. So many teams are not playing right now. Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah. And it wasn't just a pat on the back. So it actually hit the wall a little bit too. So it's a good thing. But she was like, yeah, MLB's up in arms, man. They don't know what they got going on. But anytime you hear that the boss wants to talk to you, she was like, and then all of a sudden, all that good stuff spouting out of his mouth. Hey, you've done a great job. You've done a great job. You've done a great job. And she was overflowing with confidence all day long. So today she was awesome to be around because he really, really hit her in the right spot on a good Friday. That's the time to do it right before the weekend, so you don't have to sit there and worry about everything and be like, you know what, you did a real good job. You really did, and we appreciate everything you do. That type deal, and it's pretty cool. We're gonna try to start getting things lined up for season 4. YouTube Racing League soon. I'd like to be racing by the beginning of September, so we got to get some cards made. So I got to hit the right people. Be like, yeah, can you make a card for this person, for that person? I think it's 2 or 3 new people we got, and delete. Yeah, we got rid of 3 out of the league. So my sister's boss won some kind of women in business award. So my sister's, very cool. Very, very cool. What's up, Sean? Good evening. I know she was really proud today when she came up to me. I went out for a little while, came back home, and she said, the boss wanted me to talk to him today. And she said, I didn't know what to expect. And then all of a sudden, she was just, no news, Sean. Nothing yet, which is very surprising. Let me try to email her right now. Let me try to email her. And we hadn't seen her in the room either. Any news on Dale? The room is, let's see, the room is praying for good news. Let me send that. But we haven't heard anything as of yet. Today was third day COVID test. Monday he had a COVID test, came back negative. Wednesday he had a COVID test, came back negative. One of the folks in our room, Danny, Dale Lonsdale, D Lons is what we call him. He's been racing in our league. He's got COVID for the second time, and he's been in the hospital now about 3 weeks. And if everything goes right, he might be able to get out of the hospital Monday or Tuesday. But today he had to have that third COVID test. We don't know the outcome of that. He has a broken arm, and really, Derek, he's getting them the same day. He's finding out the same day. He is. How is Miss Rob? Miss Rob just went to bed about 5-10 minutes ago. You just missed her. She was right here. She came by. She told everybody hi. Yeah, I've heard of him. Nice guy. Wow, prayers. Yeah, very nice guy. And we are the whole chat room, the whole YouTube group. We pretty much surround our talks. Even if I've got a baseball game going, if I got a soccer game going, if I've got boxing match, if I got a race going on, whatever I got going on, everything kind of surrounded. People always talk about D-Lon somewhere in that chat, which is pretty cool. So that's all right, Danny. Man, people got lives. We're grown folks. We know everybody has their own life going on. You got stuff going on. So that's very cool. We are waiting around. We're hoping to hear something. I would love to hear something in the next 5-10 minutes. That's why I'm kind of hanging around, hoping that maybe I get an email, or even better yet, if she showed up. I don't think you're going to see him this late. It's 11 o'clock Eastern time. I don't think you're going to have doctors let him talk this late to us. But, we just don't know. We just don't know anything now about what's going on and what's happening. We just don't know. I wish I could tell you guys more, but I do not know anything as of 11 o'clock. I'm going to hang in about another 5 minutes, and we're going to see if I hear from her. There's a chance I could. There's a great chance that I could, especially if she's just getting home or she's just figuring out something's going on, or whatever. We don't, I don't even want to make her day. I don't want to outline what she may have done today. I would much rather tell you guys what happened. So, I will wait tight here. Sean, I got to show you something. Let's see. Whoops. All right, Danny. Have a good one, bud. Have a good one. I know you've been. I know Sean likes it. And see, I had this. I took this one the other day. Whoops. Yeah. Oh man, it was too funny. That was last weekend when we were going to um, going to the market, flea markets and yard sales and stuff. Oh my gosh, yeah, it was. Let's just say it was something to behold. I was surprised, but it was funny. Oh wait, just about three. Roy Copper is one too. Newsom is an asshole. Oh man. Now, did you and Miss Rob go to Mount Everest? No. No, we just went to Southwest Virginia. Roy Cooper was one too. We went to Southwest Virginia, up in the Appalachians, where all the rednecks were. I didn't find a whole lot of stuff. I will show tomorrow on here one of the original quote unquote easy bake ovens. It's 70 years old. It's all metal. I will not plug it in. I'm scared it'll kill me. But it's 70 years old. His on is that bitch Pelosi. Oh me. Let me cut my phone off, cut it back on, and give it a chance to restart. A lot of times I'll pick up some messages that way. But yeah, we went. I mean, we were out in the country, man. There was no way I could pick up messages. I got some messages sent to me. When we went back to the hotel every night, it was going bing, 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 bing. I'd read them all. My wife would be like, "What are you doing?" I'd be like, "Catching up." It's pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Boy, oh boy. Yeah. Pelosi's not very well liked. Let's see if we get a message here. Yeah, Danny. And if you come up 29, yeah, it's either last weekend in September or the first weekend in October, one of the two. It's either the last weekend in September or first weekend in October. You coming right by my house if you come up Route 29. Yep. And I'll probably be selling some stuff. I'll probably have some stuff out. I don't know. We'll see. As long as it's not 100 degrees. MLB final investigation finds the Marlins players failed to follow coronavirus protocols on Atlanta nightclub getaway. Yeah, I'm trying to plan on trying to go to it. If you get a chance to, definitely do it. What did I tell you guys all along about the Miami Marlins deal? All these guys had coronavirus. And at the time, Phillies didn't have nobody. And they were blaming Philadelphia. Oh, the airport. Oh, these taxi drivers. Oh, all this and that. No. I mean, Rob's. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. Miami should be taken out of the league for this season. Look at all the problems they've caused. Padres Rockies 4-4. Rockies playing their ass off. So is the Padres. Both of them playing really good ball. Cubs 4-0 over the Pirates in bottom of the 7th. Orioles. Where's my man Harris at? Harris Jessup's not in here. Orioles 4, Rays 3, top of the 7th. They must be getting some pitching tonight. Nats Tres Barrera, 80-game suspension for banned substance. So that's the end of his season. Mike Tyson says, my kids think I should sit my old ass down. He's going to fight, though. And one guy that's in Washington looks and talks like the guy from his Clear Eyes commercial. Guy in Washington. Oh, one guy in Washington looks and talks like the guy from the Clear Eyes. Is he on the baseball team? He's in the Mitch McConnell? I bet it's Mitch McConnell. Photo of Mitch McConnell. We don't want to see you with a mask on, asshole. This guy. Him. It's a tech guy. I don't know if that's him or not. Mitch McConnell. He's getting a lot of FaceTime now just because he's the one trying to get he's trying to get that bill. Yeah, him. Yeah. I knew it was McConnell, but I just didn't know if that was the guy. But listen to him talk. They should call the Washington Redskins and Washington Forrest Gumps. Have him on the helmet. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I've heard him talk. Yeah. And we as Americans have got to realize we've got to pay this money back. There's no robotic system that's going to get this money back into the Senate. He sounds a little bit like that. We've got to get that money back. $1,200 is a lot of money, folks. He's from Kentucky. Oh, $1,200 is a lot. And each individual family from all walks of life are looking at $1,200 each. Who's going to pay that money back? Oh, man. I don't watch the Redskins play in a long time. It's been a long time since I watched them play. Yo, Adrian, we gotta pay our we gotta pay our $1,200 back. Yo. Oh man, it's and I have not gotten that email back, and I don't like that. I want to hear something. Oh yeah, we need more people to speak out about it though. How about the kid tonight in the NBA this afternoon stood up during the national anthem? No coach did. No referee did. He was the only player. Proud of him. Very proud of him. Orlando Magic player. I hope he makes the All-Star team. Whenever the next All-Star team comes out, I hope he makes it. I'm very, very proud of him. He stood up and said, I believe in what the flag stands for, and I will not kneel. That's what he said. 20-some years old. Takes guts, folks. That takes guts. It's a young black man, too. Yep, it's a young black man that's doing that. My hat is off to him. Yeah, there's different times they can kneel. I'm with you. But my hat goes off to that young man from Orlando. He shows a lot of courage. I hope he's a player that lasts a while. I hope somebody takes a chance, a bigger team. Unless Orlando says, you know what, we're willing to pay him. More power to him. More power to him. Make him a captain. Make him a captain on the team. He has got a following now. Yep. I'm going to keep up with the kid. I want to see how well he plays. I hope he plays well. I may not watch him play, but I'm going to keep up with his numbers. Assists, points, turnovers, rebounds, all that. They should be able to stand or kneel. Doesn't matter to me, Sean says. Well, anybody that's ever been in the service, man, I'm going to tell you right now, it really hurts their feelings. And you got a lot of folks that's been in the service, and you don't see many of them kneel. You really don't. There's a time and place for it. That's what I think. I think before, yeah, before the game, okay, folks, going to the loudspeaker. If you will, please watch mid-court right now as the players will come out and kneel. And we will have LeBron James say a word or two. And that's why I feel too. And let them say what they got to say. Let people say what they got to say. This is what we think about it. Okay. All right. Now, folks, if you would, please stand for the singing of the rendition of our national anthem. Yeah. Because the thing of it is this. This is what gets to me. We kneel for the national anthem, but they say it's nothing about the flag. Okay? All right. Let me ask you this. If you come to my house, right, and my wife makes spaghetti and meatballs, and you take 3 bites and you spit it out, is that saying, well, that's nothing about your wife's cooking, I just spit it out? What's the difference in that? You understand what I'm saying? If it's not about the flag, why wouldn't you kneel at a different time? That's what I'm saying. Because everybody's saying we're not kneeling we're not kneeling because of the flag, but that is what it's all about. That's what that's all about. If you're not kneeling about the flag, then why don't you find a different time to kneel, right? Why would people stand up for a country that hates you? The thing is, look at it this way, Sean, and this is the best way I can tell you. I live here in Southern Virginia. If I see a lady coming to the door of a Goodwill store, and I'm in Goodwill, I'm opening the door for that lady. Okay? I don't look at who it is. I may look in their face and say hello or whatever. It's just the way I was taught. It's just the way I was taught. And the thing of it is, the majority of these people out here laying down in the middle of the street are white people. Young, college, white people that are out here trying to push a cause. Yeah. And to me, the majority of people that I talk to, and this is the way the folks I talk to, feel that the same way I do, that I was taught to respect my elders. I was taught to respect ladies. Okay. that when you say the word ladies, that's not got a color in front of it right there. It doesn't matter who. If I wouldn't open the door for any woman, and my dad saw it when I was a kid, he'd have lit my ass up. He'd have burned me up. And he wouldn't have took me in the bathroom and done it. He would have done it right in the middle of the store. He would have beat my ass. My daddy didn't play no shit. And you guys have met my daddy. And that's, to me, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. You see, and the ones in the professional athletes, how downtrodden are they? Come on. They're not, they're trying, they're a whole lot like the women in sports right now. We don't have enough lesbians doing this, so we need to have a forum for it. So we need to be wearing a little, rainbow thread or whatever in our head because, in our hats or whatever. That's all it is. And people are trying to divide the country. That's just the way it is. They're trying to divide the country. And the majority of people I know, that if they saw that young kid in Orlando, would walk right up to him and give him a hug after the game, whether you like the Magic or whether you don't like the Magic. That's the thing. Does that, a 21, 22, 23-year-old kid looks at he's got everybody in the room. There's not a fan in there. There's nobody cheering him. He's not doing it. He's not doing it for the accolades. He is standing up for a reason, for a cause. Number one, whether he believes in what the flag stands for or not. And I don't know if he believes in God or not, but the guy has got conviction in what he believes. If it wasn't for the people that fought for them, their freedom and the place for them to play, then what would they do? Yeah, you're right. We've been here through some wars. Any of us in our 50s, we've lived here through some wars where people we know got killed. We know it. Trust me, somebody that's been in the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines, right? They're taught from the start, number one, pride in country, pride in self, and pride for your fellow man. Yeah. I understand you, but you will never understand. Maybe I'm missing something then, Sean. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm just saying there is a different form and a different time that can be done. That's all I'm saying. The kneeling part, I don't have a problem with. The problem I have is kneeling during a national anthem. Okay? That's my problem. That's my total problem with it. It's not that the kneeling, I don't have a problem with that. Not at all. But when you're stating that this is not anything to do with the flag, standing for the national anthem has everything to do with the flag. That's everything to do with the flag. There's a form and a time and a place for it. I don't know where. I don't know how, what needs to be done. But that's not the time for it, I don't think. And you don't have to agree with me, guys. You do not have to agree with me at all. All I'm saying is definitely allow them time, allow them the proper time to kneel. Yes. If they want to have a speaker during that time, give them 5 minutes pregame and let them say what they need to say, whatever it is. But all I'm saying is, Sean, look at it this way. Let's say we went to war in the next 5 years. You could get drafted because they take a knee because against police brutality. Okay, yes. But what I'm saying is this. What I'm saying is police brutality and standing up for the flag is two totally different things. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying right there. That's apples and oranges. Taking a knee is one thing. Taking a knee during, like I say, to me, it's just not right. It's just not right. I'm sorry. I will not agree with you on that one. There is a way to do it. I just don't. Right. There's got to be a way to do it to where they can get their message out about police brutality. Yes. Do that. Get your message out. But that's just not time. Yeah. It's not the right place. It's just not. Yeah. And I'm like this, and I've said this even. Look, if you don't believe in what the nation stands for, okay, if because anybody remember Hanoi Jane? Does anybody remember her? That's way before Sean's time. It's actually before my time, but I've heard enough about her. Hanoi Jane. She came out, went to D.C., burning flags, burning this and that, and everything during the time when we were fighting in Vietnam. She didn't help the cause at all when we were fighting over there. Yeah, Jane Fonda. It just, and hey, Sean, I didn't say they should have to stand. I'm like this: if you don't believe in what the flag stands for, I would say stay back in the locker room until it's over with. I don't have a problem with that. And then come out there. I don't have a problem with that. You're not making a public stance on something that's totally nothing to do with the flag. That's all I'm saying. There's so many other ways to do things. There's so many ways of doing it. But hey, you know what? I respect a young man. You believe what you want. It's okay, man. I'm not mad at you. We are just talking. Hey, I'm not upset with you either. I'm not upset with you at all. But, Sean has a right to his opinion. So definitely, Sean, you sound it. And I'm fine with that. And you know how I am in my room. I'm like, if you don't agree with me, that doesn't make you wrong. It doesn't make me right, or it doesn't make either one. Yeah, I got my beliefs. You got your beliefs. Yeah, but this is one I stand pretty firm on, because you don't know. One day you may have an army. You may have army fatigues on one day. You may have a Navy uniform on one day. You may do that. And I got a feeling if you do, your thoughts will change overnight. Especially when the person next to you on both sides of you has your back. That's just me. That's just me thinking. Because when I was 18, I had to sign up for civil service, and you'll have to too. And what that means is this. It's pretty simple, Sean. If we ever go to war and we short on people, then they're going to start drafting people. And that's what happened with my dad. My dad, he was in the Army, but he didn't sign up for it. He was drafted. There's a lot of people that's been drafted in the service. And that is wrong with the world today. You can't have an opinion. So it's, well, hey, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. I just think, though, I think that you're still a young man, and I really, and this is just my beliefs. I think that if you were in the service, you may not feel that way for the first month. You may not feel that way for the first 3 months. Then they call you and they say, Sean, guess what? You're going to Germany and you're going to serve 2 years over there. We're a peaceful country, but you're going to a foreign country. You're going to a foreign land. I don't know. My father was Navy. I was Army. My uncles were Air Force and Army. Great uncle was Marines. Yeah. I think I spent 2. Yeah. Okay. I think I really do. I kind of wished I would have went on in the service myself, even if I'd have just spent 4 years. I kind of wish I'd have done that. And my dad told me this. It kicks out all the kid in your ass. That's what he used to tell me. Any of the kid that's left over in you, it kicks it out of your ass. You're the grown man by the time you get out of there. That's what he used to say. He never had to fight. But he was in the Army. A lot of my cousins are in the Army. My grandpa was. Yeah. Is your grandpa still living, Sean? Is he still alive? It's good. It's great to talk to older people. See, my grandfathers both were in the Army, but they both passed away. He passed away. Both of mine passed away before I was born. So I really didn't get a chance to talk to my grandfathers. I really wish I would have. That's something that if I ever had 3 wishes, I would love, that would be one of my wishes, to be able to talk to my grandfathers for 30 minutes each. All right, Danny, have a good one, but I would love to, but that's why any kind of stuff that I have 3 cousins that retired Army and 1 that is retired Coast Guard. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I tell you what, we had some wild exchanges tonight. Went off pretty well. 11:30. We got some storms and some rain moving in here tonight. I don't know exactly what time I'll be on tomorrow. If I know, yeah, it's been pretty cool. And it goes back to World War I. Check it out. Oh my gosh, Captain Carl, great uncles, cousins, grandpa. Yeah, it's wild. And I still have not, I was just going to wait 5 minutes. My uncle, who went to Korea when he was 16, died recently. Oh, wow. Really? Really? How old was he, Derek, when he passed away? If he went to Korea when he was 16? Was he about 75? Was he about 75, 80? He had to be about that. '86. Wow. Yeah, same age as my father, man. Yep. And that's the thing. We all learn about everybody's past and stuff born in 1934. Wow. Yeah, my dad was born in 33. He hasn't turned 87 yet. But he's wanting to get back on the channel again. I'm going to get him back on pretty soon. No new news on D-Lons. I hate to leave people up in the air, but I can't, I don't think we're going to hear anything new now after 11:30. If I do hear anything tomorrow morning, first thing when I get up, I will post it. I will headline it, D-Lons news update on D-Lons, whatever. 2 uncles served in Germany during Vietnam. 1 cousin was a Navy SEAL during that time, and 1 uncle saw combat in Vietnam. Yeah. And you know what? I know Vietnam was a bitch. My uncle was in it, and he said Vietnam was nothing to play with. He said that stuff that they showed on what was it? What was that movie? Rambo, he said it wasn't far from that. He said it was some crazy shit going on. And they're like, wow. Man, you didn't know who your friend were from your enemy, except you knew the people that you went over there with. That's it. My dad just missed Vietnam, and I just missed the Gulf War. Yeah, me too. Yep. And yeah, I could have easily. One of the guys that I bowled with was a tunnel rat. Oh man, I'm telling you, sitting down on a porch talking to some of the folks that have served all this time and stuff, they can tell you some stuff. They really can tell you some stuff. World War II and Vietnam. Oh my gosh. You should definitely, Sean, you should definitely try to look up your grandfather as far as, you know, find out as much as you could about what he did and all. Yeah. Came back an alcoholic. Oh, the tunnel rat did. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Agent Orange was a big deal in Vietnam. That's crazy stuff there. Crazy, crazy stuff. Welp, we've been, my uncle was in Vietnam. Wow. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, think things over. Think things over. I'm telling you, discussions like this can really make you think about things a lot. It really can. Y'all have a great evening. We don't always agree on everything. We agree to disagree sometimes. I think we respect each other enough that I hope you guys, everybody that comes in here that didn't agree with me tonight, will be back. He told a story about when he was on a train and he got shot. Oh man. Oh gosh. That sounds like old Western type shit. Oh my goodness. God. Man, oh man. That sounds See, now that sounds like a story that from beginning to end you'd want to listen to just because they got the train put in there. Most time you don't hear trains in service talk, but hey, very cool. Especially if you made it through alive. That's the main thing. As soon as I hear something in the morning, I hope in the morning I hear something about Dean Luns. Don't think the worst, guys. I've been thinking the worst all day by not getting a message. Keep positive thoughts out there. If everything went the way it should have today, he may be out in 2-3 days. Let's hope so. I know he had a fever last night. Had his surgery last night. He was not in a good way when we left last night. But she said his surgery was over before midnight. It took only an hour and 15 minutes. And he got him all fixed up. Let's all pray for him. He's a friend across the whole YouTube community, and I know every one of you are thinking about him. If you see him, if you happen to see him in another chat room, definitely ask. It may be him, and it could be Linda. We don't know, but if you're able to find him in another chat room somewhere, please ask him. If nothing else, how are you doing or what's happening, if you will. As soon as I find out something, I'll come in here in the morning, probably 8, 9 o'clock, maybe 9:30 before I get up. But I'm going to post it for you and let you guys know how things are. Let's all give him a lot of good thoughts, good vibrations. That's what we need. Thank you all for supporting the channel. Didn't really do a lot tonight. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. Don't do it like this. Wear your mask. I see so many people wear it like this. Don't be lazy. Wear your mask the way you're supposed to. And yeah, thanks for checking out my new games. We're going to try to get something on for the weekend. I don't know exactly what we got going on yet. First thing we want to do is make sure Dean Lunch is doing well. Then we can start sending some stuff off to him, getting it mailed off to him, and maybe start his recuperation process by throwing 82 baseball teams at him at a time to play, and we'll see what happens. You all have a great evening. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. We're at 215 now. RJL 518, my newest subscriber. Thanks a lot. I've been subscribed to his channel for a couple of weeks. He's got a real good channel too. So definitely check it out if you get a chance to. He's got a great channel going on. Alan Shaw, one of my old mates, one of my originals, that he and I have been tight all the way through. He's got a lot of golf going on his channel now. So, so definitely support his channel. I don't always see Alan now every day, but if you catch him and you see him online, catch his live feed. He does some good golf, and he spends a lot of time on it. So big ups to you, Alan. I respect you for it, bud. And Dave Gardner, get better. Dave, I was just found out that you had to go through that heart process, that heart surgery. Anytime you mess with somebody's heart, it's always it's kind of a sticky situation. You really got to be careful. But I see he's home, so prayers out to Dave Gardner. Just all you guys, be good and be good to one another, and have as good a weekend as you possibly can. And let's pray for D-Lons. That's the main thing. Have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.